What up, YouTube? It's your boy Banks. And we back in the building, you feel me? It's True Talks. Cause True Talks, alright? Let's get straight right into it. Alright, so I'm gonna be doing a video on what my Eastern Conference predictions is or are for the upcoming season, the 2019-2020 season. What I think the playoff rankings are going to look like, the top eight, well, the eight, the eight for the conference to make the playoffs. And then obviously the 1, 2 that are outside could maybe jump into the eighth, etc. So that's what I'm going to be doing this video on. Last video, so you could check it. Don't forget, remember, share, like, and subscribe. You know what I mean? You could also click on the previous video if you go to my videos, and you'll see that I talked about the Western Conference. So you could definitely look into that and see that as well. But now it's the East. So we're going into the East. And, we're just going to talk about that and dive into it. So let's get straight right into it. Because, I give you that context. Boy. We go to the Chicago Bulls. LaVine is a problem, man. LaVine, if he makes that all-star jump, he is so nice, man. He's so nice. He's athletic as well, even off the injury. He's still bouncy. He's nice. His three ball is looking sharp, especially in preseason. How I'm seeing is looking sharp. Kobe White is looking nice, man. He might eventually get inserted into the starting role, but Thomas Satoransky is there. He has nice length at the point guard position, can play defense, has nice ball handling, can get to the rim. Zach LaVine has been shown to play off ball. You got Wendell Carter. He's nice in the paint with the defense, it can punch and he's bouncy. Then you got Lowry Markkinen, you know what I mean? Obviously he's a floor spacer. And then, so we'll see how they look, man. We'll see how they look. And then you still got Otto Porter. So they actually have a solid lineup. They're the team that should make a jump. They should make a jump. They should make a solid jump. But you never know how it might go, because again, it's a lot of young guys, right? So we'll see how their jump goes, but they should make a solid jump. They should be hovering that 10 to 8 seed. They shouldn't be as anus as they was before, because they've been getting pieces. You know what I'm saying? Now it's time for it to get into fruition and see how it's going. All right. So then we also got the New York Knicks. New York Knicks could be maybe a 9 seed. They could be like a 9-8 seed. You never know. Same ballpark as the Bulls. But it's, again, these three teams I'm talking about have a good potential to be where they are, to be like the Kings, the Kings, Mavericks, Pelican situation. But you don't know how it's going to look, again, like I said, because inconsistencies with the youth, and it's hard to win consistently. You need veteran presence, you need IQ, clutch situations, all that type of stuff. But the East is solid, it's not weak. So, a lot of these teams are going to have, each and every night, you're going to see okay, that team, you slept on that team, they woke you up. You know what I mean? Get a couple of wins here and there. So this is the perfect kind of situation for them to get wins and sleep. And when bands are sleeping on them, just catch him over the head, back to back, catch him over the head before you're put on notice. And then that's when they're like, okay, we're up and ready for you. This is the kind of situation where people are like, you're floating with the pack. And that's when you can kind of catch niggas sleeping, basically. So, I definitely expect the Knicks to be solid. It's hit or miss with them, but I expect them to be decent. But they're, out of all those three teams, they have the most potential to be like an 8th seed, 8-7 seed. The reason why is because they actually have veteran presence, right? They have Marcus Morris, solid veteran presence. You saw him eating with Boston last year. Then you also got Bobby Portis. He's been putting in that work from time, even though people haven't really been seeing him and noticing him a lot. If you really know, Bobby Portis has been, when he gets the opportunity, he's been eating. So he's solid. Then you also got Drew Randall. You already know he's been eating. You know what I mean? So you got those three guys in the starting role. RJ Barrett is kind of in that comfortable spot where he can kind of have inconsistent games. One game he's good, one game he's not. He's like him and Zion are both in a situation where they're not right now, right away. You're going to. They're not in the LaVine position. You know what I'm saying? They're in the kind of the Zion position, kind of just surrounded with a lot of scorers and guys who can put in work and just do you, right? The bumps in the road, just do you, make your mistakes. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what RJ Barrett is in. And I expect him to do good. Then you also have Kevin Knox, right? Who's there. You got Dennis Smith. You got Alfred Payton. You still got Ntilikina, who has good defense. You got Mitchell Robinson. Also, I don't know if these might start or come off the bench. but he's like a DeAndre Jordan or Jared Allen is exactly perfect match that he is. That's what he is. So, they could be solid. They have some pieces, man. They have some pieces. They could be solid. But again, if they don't get to where their potential is, which is like an 8th seed, it's because the inconsistencies in the youth. So we'll move past that. Out of those 3 teams, the one that I think that could make the playoffs the most, it's tough. It's between Chicago and New York. I don't know if Chicago actually gets to their potential. They could be better than New York, but to see that jump in 1 year is kind of like, I don't know. I would have to say put my money on New York just because of the veterans that I mentioned. And veterans always know how to get the job done. You know what I'm saying? All right, so moving on. We're going to talk about now from the 9 to 7 seed. That's what I got there. And again, these are interchangeable, but I feel like I'll talk about the teams individually where their range is. But from 9 seed, what I'm seeing is it's tough, man. It's tough, but I see the Pistons at the 9th seed just because their depth. I don't see them with a lot of depth. Now they have Luke Kennard. They have Derrick Rose coming off the bench. Reggie Jackson is just, I feel like Derrick Rose should be the starter. Reggie Jackson has so many opportunities. He hasn't been putting in that work. He hasn't been putting in that work as how he should be. You still got Blake. You got Drummond. Blake is known. He's been known to now shoot the 3 and space the floor. So that's why him and the Twin Tower kind of works because he's been spacing the floor, been spotting up, been doing step back 3s, etc. Then, Stanley Johnson is left. He's with the Raptors now. And, that small forward spot is kind of open. It's kind of open. That's basically what we have there. But like the depth is, they got Tony Snell now who's going to be the starter. So Tony Snell's getting the opportunity. He was with the Bucks and he was kind of, he was hidden in the shadows. They got Marquise Morris, the other brother of Marcus. So they still have a 1-2 piece of Joe Johnson signed, you know what I mean? But it's just like their roster's kind of like, they can be nice, like if their stars show out, but I don't know, man. It's just something with, I don't know. There's just something with that team, man. I think it's the Reggie Jackson role. It's just the inconsistent. It's not strong enough. It's not strong enough, man. And especially they were the 8th seed last year. A lot of teams have gotten better. So for them to stay where they were, you know what I mean, is kind of, or even jump, it's kind of hard to see that. Not saying they won't, but I just see them, on the outside looking in this year. They can make the 8th seed. Not saying they won't, but I don't see them at they could go to 7, but I don't see them they're in the 7 to 9 range. But if I had to put my money on it, I would say they'll be at the 9 range. They'll be at the 9th spot. That's what my money would say. So let's move forward to number 8. Number 8, I got the Magic. The Magic, it's kind of like, the Magic, they're the same exact team, basically. They added Markelle Fultz. They added Al-Farouq Aminu. So that's Al-Farouq Aminu and Jonathan Isaac, same type of players, length, you know what I mean? Played a 4-3, you know what I'm saying? Spot up, hit here and there, but a lot of length and a lot of defense, you know what I'm saying? So that's going to be tough any given night. They still have Aaron Gordon at the 4-3, you know what I'm saying? You got Vuk still there, Terrence Ross for that punch off the bench, Markelle Fultz for that punch off the bench, still got Michael Carter. They're solid. They're actually solid. You still got DJ Augustine as well, Evan Fournier. You know what I'm saying? So they're solid. They're still a solid team, man. They're still nice. So I just feel like the East got better. So I feel like they might drop to 8th. You know what I'm saying? They still could be 7, but I don't see them. I see them 7, 8. I don't see them past that. They could catch you sleeping, but they're the team that has to be very careful. If they don't mesh well with the new pieces and don't make that extra little jump, because you're going to need that extra little jump to stay exactly where you were last year. You can't do the same shit that you did last year and expect to be 7 with the way the East got better. You know what I'm saying? We have to make a little jump just to even stay at the same spot. That's kind of how I'm analyzing it when it comes to the East. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say Detroit might be out, because I don't expect them to make a big jump or a decent amount of a jump to maintain that spot that they had last year. I feel that the Magic can make a little bit of a jump to maintain where they were, or even if they're the exact same, that's good enough for 8th. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm looking at them with that. But they can go to the 6th seed. So we'll leave that at that. What I have at the 7th seed, I have the Miami Heat. I just feel like the Miami Heat, they have the good mix of star power, young gunners, and they have solid defense. The only issue for them is like injury. That's why I would actually put them higher. I feel like they're going to catch people sleeping. I just feel like Jimmy Butler just finally chose where he wants to go. The people he's playing with, Dion Waiters, Justice Winslow, Bam Adebayo. These are dogs. These are guys who like have the same type of mentality. They'll roast each other. Tyler Hero, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's nice, man. Holy, he's nice. You got guys like that, Goran Dragic. They're all the same type of demeanor, the same type of, they have skills. They can shoot everything. Like, you know what I mean? It just fits well personality wise. You know what I'm saying? Only thing is I could see them, multiple guys having hidden agendas. You get what I'm saying? Like Goran, tries to do his thing. But the problem is just injuries. Like Goran has always been injured at the wrong times, especially when he starts eating and getting into his bag. So that could be a problem that could hinder them as going further. I see them at 7. Maybe they're the team that could actually, if everything goes right, they could probably get to a 4 seed. Like they're nice. You know what I'm saying? They're nice. But I just feel like, I don't know, something with the Heat, just they always get injured. But I'm knocking on wood. I just hope if everything's right, I see them, just in that 7 to maybe 4 range. But if I had to put my money on it, I'd put them at 7. They still have a closer, which is going to push them. They're going to get games because of that. That's what other teams are missing. They have a guaranteed closer, which is Jimmy Butler. He's been proven. He's been known. He closed with the Sixers, almost knocked off the Raptors even last year by him closing. So just that alone is already going to keep them in that ballpark. And I feel like it's going to propel them and he's not like a guy who doesn't play defense. He locks up. You know what I'm saying? So that's elite. Then you still got Justice Winslow locks up. You know what I'm saying? Tyler Hero could splash out. They're nice, man. They're nice. Bam could even hit the mid-range. He could even hit a 1, 2, 3 if you're sleeping. You know what I'm saying? Bam, and he's athletic. You still got Kelly Olynyk too. Man, they're nice. They're nice. I have to, give my props up to that organization. They did well in this offseason. You still got Dion Waiters. Hopefully he comes back and he's good. James Johnson still their Myers Leonard pickup. Derek Jones Jr. with athleticism. They're nice, man. They're nice. I like them. So I see them at 7. Let's move forward. So we got what I see at the 6 seed. We're going with the 6 to 4 range. That's what we're going with. The 6 seed, what I'm seeing is I feel like it's going to be the Pacers at the 6 seed. The Pacers is tough. They were the 4th seed the 5th seed, right? 5th seed last year. They were at the 3rd seed before Oladipo got injured, and they kept it and then they dropped. They were the 5th seed last year, but I just feel like that one's tough, man. The Pacers could also, I feel their window is kind of 3rd seed to 6th seed, but if I had to put my money on, I put 6th seed because they have a lot of new pieces trying to gel. Even though the pieces that they're adding are pieces that kind of play that kind of Indiana play style that they've been playing. You know what I'm saying? Like they're nice, man. You got Sabonis who can still shoot the midi, floater game, punch on your head top. He could pay the paint and block too. Miles Turner could splash. Like they're versatile. They're not just in the paint. TJ Warren, is nice, man. He could be the Kawhi of their team. I'm not saying defensively in the whole package, but he could be their go-to scorer, the one who actually is like, you need a bucket, come to me. You know what I'm saying? TJ Warren's that type of guy. He's nice like that. You know what I'm saying? Then they added additions of Malcolm Brogdon. He fits the Indiana Bucks have similar type of, not the play style's not the same, but the way they play kind of poised, then they do the right thing, run the pick, like they're not flashy type of, you know what I mean? The way they are. So Malcolm Brogdon can fit with Indiana, seamlessly. So I definitely feel like he's gonna up his value when he plays the starting point guard. He's actually ball handling. He's not playing when he was playing with Giannis where he's playing off the ball. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the time. So that's going to improve his stock and stuff like that. Malcolm's going to show, he's a 50-40-90 guy. Like he's solid. Aaron Holiday now, because Darren Collinson retired and left, you have Aaron Holiday now is going to step up and he's actually solid, a solid 6-man type of role. Corey Joseph left, so Aaron Holiday is there and he's going to be playing that role. Jeremy Lamb is going to be starting to start. You know what I'm saying? It's off the season because Oladipo's injured. And then when Oladipo comes back around maybe December, if they're eating, maybe he'll push it back to like January because they don't need to force it. Oladipo comes back. Jeremy Lamb will go to the 6-man role and be the 6th man of that team and try and eat. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they still got TJ McConnell. Like, they're nice, man. Doug McDermott. Justin Holiday, the next brother. You got TJ Leaf. Like, they're nice, man. They're nice. They're nice. Like, 6 actually might not do them justice, but the way just the East is just too many. There's more star power on the other teams. That's just what I have to say about that. There's more star power on the other teams, and just maybe Bogdan leaving, Darren Collinson leaving, Corey Joseph leaving. Like, it might take a little bit to get that chemistry, and then insert an Oladipo might, like, he has to find his groove. He was an all-star, so he wants to get back to where he was. You know what I'm saying? He might be forcing some 1-2 shots. You know what I mean? Stuff like you. There's there's a couple little hidden agendas in there. You know what I'm saying? Which is not wrong. I love hidden agendas because at the end of the day, you got to eat. You know what I'm saying? And without a hidden agenda, you can't be elite anyway. If everyone's just passing the ball, like, you can't just score off passing the ball. ISO at the end of the day is what's going to carry. So I have no problem with hidden agendas anyway. So, yeah, that's what we have to see how it kind of meshes. I know it's going to mesh. It's not a problem with meshing. It's just, when is it going to mesh? That's the problem. You know what I'm saying? With more so Indiana. So, and the East getting better. You know what I mean? So I have them at the 6th seed. They could, I feel like them and the Raptors could interchange. You know what I'm saying? So the next one is we have Raptors. We have Raptors at the 5th seed, what I have so far. And Raptors, I feel like their best is going to be 4th seed. And their worst is going to be 6th seed. I don't think they'll be lower than 6th seed. Because if you look at it without Kawhi, they were eating, they were nice. Yes, it was a different conference. Yes, it was the East, you know what I'm saying? And they have different pieces. But I feel like without Kawhi, remember, Danny was still there. But without Kawhi and without Danny, it's going to be a different look. But the way they play transition, they push the ball. It's just going to match. It's just going to match with how they've been playing before without Kawhi, right? It's just the same type of thing. The only difference is now without Kawhi is going to hinder them when it comes to the playoff stretch and stuff like that. And that part of the season is where I see when teams are intense and teams, that's that second playoff push, second part of the season, that playoff push after All-Star break, like teams are intense. They're forcing you to more ISOs, forcing you to more creating. They're switching off the back screens and this and that. Your plays aren't really working. You have to get in your bag and kind of improvise, right? And that's what the stars are made of. And that's why stars win rings. Stars get to that point. Stars carry over the hump. They don't have that Kawhi anymore. You know what I'm saying? When people's palms get sweaty and it's tight and it's nervous, they don't have that. So who's going to be that shot creator? You know what I'm saying? If they had a Melo, if they had someone like that, it'll be perfect, but they don't have that. Pascal obviously is trying to be that, but we don't know what he could be. Exactly what he could be with, especially when it comes to that. And his mechanics with certain type of stuff. I don't see him getting to the Kawhi level off this one season. Now we could add a 1-2 arsenal to it, but he's still going to play closer to what he's been playing. Like, you know what I mean? It's not people expecting it to jump like this. I don't think it'll jump like that. It'll jump a little bit because more shots, more volume, more buckets anyways, right? It just goes hand in hand, but we'll see how that goes. Like, I just feel like I was saying, transition, they push a lot. And the main thing with the Raptors is regardless of Kawhi or not, they play defense. They might not have the elite defense that they had with Kawhi, but without Kawhi, they still play defense. And with their defense, they push, they push the ball, Pascal, Euro layups, fast break, Kyle Lowry pushed the ball. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Norman Powell has to make a jump this year to fill that Danny Green role, and he could actually be their shot creator at times, but he has to get comfortable doing that because he's kind of still been playing the spot up, get it here and there kind of role. So he has to step up. Van Fleet's going to have to step up even more. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. We don't know how Stanley Johnson is going to look. We don't know how he's going to look. You know what I'm saying? Well, I know how OG is going to look, but we don't know how he's going to look, if you get what I mean. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see how that kind of goes. But at the end of the day, when it comes to the Raptors, like, because of their defense and their transition, they're going to win a lot of games regular season wise. It's just that end part. I feel like they might drop a little bit and they might be at the 5th seed. They're 4 to 6 window. Now, if the Raptors get to the 3 seed, the only way I see them getting the 3 seed is if Pascal makes that jump from what he was averaging 17 points per game and he gets to that all-star level, not only just all-star, he gets to the 22 to 25 points per game. If he gets in that type of range and he's cooking, Raptors can make the 3rd seed. But without that, I feel like they're still in the 4 to 6 window. That's kind of my take on that. And they still got Marc Gasol, Ibaka. They'll still be they'll be elite because of the defense and they'll push the floor. Now a sleeper, like kind of how my brain is kind of working and how I'm looking at it. If Gasol gets comfortable and goes into his post ISOs and his stuff like that, I feel like he could propel them to get to the 4 seed and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, how guaranteed is that? How aggressive is Gasol? When you're a passer like that, there's only certain type of aggression you normally kind of bring to the table. He's never going to be 25, 20, points per game. Like, he's never going to get to that anymore or get to that ballpark because he's just so not the finesse, but he's so unselfish that he's just, it hinders him. I see you, it just, his mind just, when he's posting, and even though he's cooking, shimmy, he has the shot. Oh, back door is open. He's going to see that first. Like, that's who he is. It's just, that's your trait. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like a Jokic. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, so we'll move past that. Like I said, 4 to 6 range is how I see them. Pascal gets to that higher echelon. 3rd seed. Without that, no 3rd seed, 4 to 6 range. But if I had to put my money on it, 6th seed. All right. 5th seed. So we got the 4th seed, what I'm seeing here. And that's the Boston Celtics, man. The Boston Celtics. People of, Celtics are falling off and all this type of stuff. You're in for a rude awakening. You're actually in for a rude awakening. The Celtics are still going to be nice regardless. Starting line, they got Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum, I feel like, is going to make that jump. Yeah, I feel like he went to work on his 3-point game. I saw him pulling it because he used to only pull it in situationals and obviously more contested. But I'm seeing him pull the trigger looking like, obviously, not like Clay, but he's pulling it in Clay situations is what I'm trying to say. Like, he'll pump fake and then step back to the 3. Normally it was a pump fake 1 dribble pull up mid range. He's taking more 3s, getting more comfortable. Not only that, they're urging him to take more of those shots. They're still saying get the Kobe out of his game and all this type of stuff. But like, I'm not gonna go into depth on that. But at the end of the day, you're gonna ask the nigga to go into his Kobe bag when it comes into playoff times and you need a bucket. So I don't want to hear that garbage. You know what I mean? Anyways, so you got Gordon Hayward out a year getting in with his leg. That's kind of like what Paul George did. And while Paul George's situation was different, he was the best player on that team. So he was more so, he had his ups and downs, and his rhythm got good at near the end of the year from All-Star break moving forward. But Gordon didn't have that kind of luxury. So he was forced to like 6-man roll. His roll was dropping. The shots he could take was dropping, stuff like that. But now he's in the role where he's still not the main guy because they don't really have a main guy. It's kind of like whoever's cooking that night. But, well, their main guy's Kemba. But he's going to be more like himself this year because he's more confident, the rotation spot kind of opened up. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be starting, all of that type of stuff. And they're going to look to him to actually score because no Kyrie, right? So Kemba's there. Kemba's going to be the guy who's going to actually try and sacrifice and try and pass more and try and do things differently because he's actually in a winning situation and he's never been there. He doesn't have to go for his numbers on that type of stuff, but he'll still eat. And when it comes down to it, he'll still get his buckets. But I see him kind of like, I don't see him doing what he was doing in Charlotte. I see him doing some of it, like when it's needed. But I just feel like, especially because Kyrie was just there and left, they just had a Kyrie who was trying to cook. Well, he wasn't only trying to cook. He was still trying to pass and do all those type of stuff. But he's like, there's like turmoil situation with the Kyrie and the fans and all this. Kyrie was cooking. That's all they think about. So it's like if he comes in there doing the same thing, it's going to look as a negative. So naturally, he's trying to win. So he's going to be more unselfish and all that type of stuff. So that's what I see him going on. And he's going to be trying more of a leader. He's going to try and just change everything around from what happened last year, even though it wasn't Kyrie's fault. So everyone's just going to be more humble this year is how I see the Celtics, which is going to result in more wins. Marcus Smart is still there. You know what I'm saying? Carson Edwards, that boy is a problem off the bench. That firepower, like that's a Lou Will type of firepower. And that's a further Lou Will firepower. That's like Steph Lou Will, like breed mix. Like he's nice, man. He's nice. That's going to be a problem. You still got Enes Kanter there. You know what I'm saying? Robert Williams looking like DeAndre Jordan type of role. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's going to be playing. You know, they're going to be solid. They're going to be solid. Like people can't be sleeping on them. They're going to be solid. And I just feel like if they don't get to their max potential, it will be because of defense, maybe Kanter's defense and stuff like that. But he played good defense with Portland. So, and they still have Daniel Tice and stuff like that. They'll be solid, man. Semi Ojeleye is still there with solid defense. Like they'll be nice. They'll be nice, man. They'll be nice. I see them at the 4 seed. They could maybe, their window's probably like, they have a wide window. Their window is like 6th to 3rd. That's where I think their window is. Actually, it might be maybe 2nd. Like they have potential to do great or mediocre. I don't see them doing like bum. I don't see them doing that. I see them like great or mediocre. So if I had to choose, or just like I said, put my money on it, 4th seed is where I see them, just because they still have that firepower and just chemistry was their problem. Rozier was the main guy with the chemistry and the ego and trying to hit an agenda and all that type of stuff. Obviously, Jason had it as well, and Jalen had it as well too. But Terry was the one, like, he was contract year, so he had it the most. So he's gone. So, you know what I mean? And then Kyrie's gone as well too. So that's where my take is on that. So let's move forward. We got from 3-1 at the 3 seed. I got the New Jersey Nets. I said New Jersey Nets. What's wrong with me? I got the Brooklyn Nets. God damn. It's because I'm thinking Kyrie from New Jersey. Anyways, I got the Brooklyn Nets. People are sleeping on this team, man. People have them hella low. People don't know what they're talking about. They have the Nets like really low, 6 seed and stuff like that. 6, 7, 8 and all that. I just, the East, they're in the East. Kyrie's, they're like, you got to understand, take it in. The D'Angelo Russell and no additions, they were the 6th seed. You add Kyrie, you're automatically going to improve. As much as the Celtics, oh, this and all this, they were 4th seed last year, even with Kyrie. Remember that. The year before that, they were what, 2nd seed? With Kyrie? You know what I'm saying? They only didn't go far because Kyrie got injured, but that 20-game or 18-game win streak, all of that stuff was Kyrie. The only change happened was Hayward. That's the change that happened. So I don't know why people don't analyze that and, oh, Kyrie's not a good leader and all this other type of stuff. There's so much going on. How could you lead with so many hidden agendas? The coach, all this type of stuff. People are mad because Hayward is playing. He came back. Oh, Jalen's not getting his minute. All this type of stuff. Like, there's a lot going on there. So I don't blame it fully on Kyrie. Now Kyrie's in a situation where he wants to be. He was clubbing with these guys. They look like they have a bond. Dinwiddie is not the type of guy to be like having ego. I need to do this and whatever what Rozier was doing in Jaylen Brown. LeVert is just trying to play. They have guys who are like, they're humble killers. That's why I worked with D'Lo. You know what I'm saying? They're humble dogs. Like, they're not trying to. And LeVert got his extension. So there's not too many hidden agendas there. You know what I'm saying? Like Dinwiddie and all the type of stuff. Like, they're nice, man. They're nice. You got Dinwiddie coming off the bench. You got Garrett Temple coming off the bench. Karooks coming off the bench. They'll probably put, I don't know how they're going to do, if they're going to do Jared Allen or DeAndre Jordan off the bench, but you still have one solid big at all times, and only one big, not 2 bigs, only one big. So only DeAndre, only Jared Allen in at all times. You add DeAndre to what they used to have. So remember, Jared Allen was getting bodied by Embiid and bodied by other guys because of positioning, just IQ because he's a young guy. So he's more so athleticism, you at the rim punch, stuff like that. But like, you know, using your body, shielding the right way, forcing him, angling your body to the left. Embiid was just drop stepping on him, throwing elbows, all that type of stuff, not having the girth, not having the IQ of positioning. You're not doing that shit on DeAndre Jordan. Best believe. You know what I'm saying? So they have that perfect balance of young, more athletic, and the older version of him in DeAndre. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, there's rim protection at all times. So that's a solid addition. They didn't have that. When Jared Allen went to the bench, it was like Dudley playing the 4 or 5. They went small ball. Like, they did all kinds of nonsense. So they're not doing that shit no more. There's always a big in and a strong rim protection. So you have that. Pick and roll is going to be their elite. A bailout, throw alleys, all that type of stuff is just guaranteed, and they're both athletic. Now you have Kyrie, who's going to be leading. D'Lo was very inefficient. Kyrie is not inefficient like that. He had inefficient moments, but he's been efficient for his last 2 years with Celtics. Even probably the third year, 3 years ago, with Cleveland too, is efficient. So he's been efficient. His 3-point percentage has been up. He's been shooting his best lately. You have that. His vision is still there. You have Joe Harris is a guaranteed shooter. Karis LeVert could shoot, ball handle, pick and roll. They basically have 3 guys who could ball handle, pick and roll, and do whatever. Spencer Dinwiddie, like, it's just interchangeable. It's nice the way they play floor space. And you got Taurean Prince. That man at the 4 is going to be so crucial. He's going to space the floor. That man can splash. People don't see that pickup. I've been told people from time, that pickup is an elite pickup. Taurean Prince is nice, man. Especially for that type of role. He's nice. And then, it's just beautiful floor spacing. Obviously, no KD, so people just write it off because KD's not there. It's not a write-off. I'm telling you, man. It's not a write-off. People are sleeping. You better ask somebody. Then you still got Wilson Chandler, who's suspended, but he'll come back. You know what I'm saying? So that's like, they're just solid, man. They're deep within how they play. Their play style, they just mix together. It matches right. Chemistry matches right. Like, they're just nice, man. I just feel like people are in for a rude awakening. Y'all will see. They're in for a rude awakening this year, man. New court, new vibes, new everything. KD, Kyrie, just It's nice, man. It's just a good feel around. I just feel it. I can just feel it in. That's how I just see it. How I'm looking like just having a floor space at the floor for me is one of the most crucial spots of this off season and of these teams in this new NBA. So having a forward that's really solid, who can shoot basically like a small forward at the 4, that just makes your team that much better. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we looking like. We got number 2. We got the Sixers. The Sixers, I just feel like they're not going to be as elite in the playoffs. They lost Redick. They lost Jimmy Butler, their closer. So that's going to be the question, who's closing. Now, if Embiid steps up and actually be a closer like he's supposed to be, because the stopper was Gasol and Al Horford. Now Al Horford's on his team. You know what I'm saying? How's that going to look? Now, this could be a problem with spacing. We don't know. We don't know with the Al Horford and the Embiid. It's not necessarily Horford and Embiid. It's Horford, Embiid, and Simmons. Because if Simmons is hitting the shot, obviously that makes it a whole different dynamic. But even if he's not hitting the shot, he's not really taking, it's the same shit. Al Horford is guaranteed has to be on the perimeter. He's basically playing like he's Brook Lopez. Joe Embiid, you already know, is going to be mixing, matching, but they're fit together. Like, I just feel like the Redick was so crucial, curling off screens and all that type of stuff, that's going to be missed. Not regular season as much, but it will be missed it'll be missed. Oh my God. They're going to feel that. They're going to feel that when it comes to the postseason. So we'll see how that goes. Obviously, Josh Richardson is still there. They still have Tobias Harris. And then, their starting five is looking clean, and they are defensively, they have length, but they always had that, right? But they have no weak link, how they had Redick. Now they actually have Josh Richardson, who's actually a solid defender. So I just feel like they're perfect for regular season because they're going to lock the hell up and they're going to push transition with Ben Simmons running down. He's probably going to average 20 points per game, 18, just off of bare transition. You know what I'm saying? And then shooters fill in the lanes, fill in the wings. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be a clean look. Then it's just their bench. I don't know if they don't look as deep. You got James Ennis and stuff like that. They don't look as deep as they used to be, but we'll just see how it goes. Still Mag Scott and stuff like that, but their starting five is just that solid. I feel like regular season they'll just eat just the tempo and the defense. People, you're not really ISOing that much. You know what I'm saying? You are, but you're not. But postseason's a different discussion. But second seed is what I see them. They were third seed last year. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they're gonna just jump because Ben Simmons got older, and what's it called? Ben Simmons got older, and Embiid is getting older as well, and getting more seasoned, adding a year to his belt, and then Al Horford is just that glue. That glue is very important, man, very important. So we'll see how that looks, but I just see them at the second seed. Their range though could be, I feel like they're 2 to 5. I don't see them number 1, but 2 to 5 is what I see them as. But if I had to put my money on it, just number 2, just because play style. And they're just regular season made. Just regular season made. If you know, you know. Now we'll go to number 1, Milwaukee Bucks. I don't see anything changing there. They're the exact same team. Obviously, the loss of Brogdon makes a big difference, but they added Wes Matthews, who's going to play that same type of role. Now, Bledsoe is going to have more ball handling duties, and he's going to, obviously, still Giannis doing what he's doing, but Bledsoe is not lost because sometimes when Giannis didn't have it, Brogdon had it. And you know what I mean? And then Bledsoe would have it. So he's less lost in the shuffle sometimes. Now he's going to be less lost in the shuffle because the 2 ball handlers are going to be Giannis and Bledsoe. It will be different when George Hill comes in off the bench, but most of the times they're kind of resting. They don't really play, I don't think, too much together. We'll probably have to adjust that a little bit, but Wes Matthews is a big pickup, a solid 3-and-D guy. His defense is better than Brogdon and all of them. His defense is actually elite. He could guard the perimeter. He could guard point guards. He could guard the 2. He could guard the 3. And he's stocky, so he could guard the 4 here and there too. So he's a good post defender. So he's solid. He'll pull the 3 like you actually pull. Like the Brogdon sometimes don't be pulling like catch and shoot like that. He has to pull it, get in rhythm. He does, but sometimes it's the dribble, get the pick, you hide under the screen, pull the 3 type of stuff. Like Wes Matthews, he'll pull from deep, do that arrow on you and all that type of stuff. So they added that shooting. You add Kyle Korver to the mix as another shooting. You know what I'm saying? They're solid. They're solid, actually solid. You got Brooke and Robin Lopez. You know what I'm saying? You got Ersan Ilyasova still there. Connaughton is still there. Like they're the same team. Chris Middleton probably will make more of a bit of a jump. They're just the same team, and Giannis will just make a bit of a jump. He'll just still be eating regardless, man. He'll still be eating regardless. Frank Mason is still there. You got DiVincenzo. They're solid. Their play style is just made for the regular season. They're just gonna be eating, man. And Giannis going downhill 5 out, all that type of stuff, right? The only knock that we'll have to see work. I seen them in preseason doing Robin Lopez and Brook Lopez together. That might have been just for fun. I don't know what that shit was but actually that actually could work because Brook Lopez doesn't go into paint. So he'll just stay on the perimeter anyways. So it's one big. So that could still work. That's two tall ass man. Two tall ass mans, yo. Two tall ass brothers. No homo. So anyways, so we'll see how that goes. They're just made for regular season. Giannis is still gonna be eating. Perfect fantasy player if you're looking. He's gonna be eating, doing what he's doing. So their postseason is a different discussion. This is not postseason, it's regular season. So I don't see nothing change. I feel like they'll still probably go for 60 wins, stuff like that. So they should actually only get better with a year under their belt. Only might have a 1-2 hiccups from the new additions, but the new additions are kind of role-playing additions, so it shouldn't affect too much. So that's kind of what I'm seeing there. Man, it's looking like a great year. Couple more days till, season opener. It's beautiful, man. Raptors will get their rings on Tuesday. You already know there's going to be a video on that. Then you already know the primetime night video as well. The night game with the Lakers and the Clippers, the home. Not even who's away. We don't know. Nobody. So I'm going to do, there's going to be more videos leading up to Tuesday. So this is just what we have now. And anyways, it's True Talks. Because True Talks. Hope y'all like my deep dive, my context. You already know on what I feel about the East. It's just the East I had to kind of go more into depth because no one's been really talking about it. So I just wanted to spend time actually enlightening people with the teams and stuff like that. People have been talking about the West so much. I didn't need to go too much into depth, even though I did, but I didn't need to go like more analyzing with the players and the rotations and kind of like the depth charts because people already know what it is. But the East I kind of had to do because it's not too much talk. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, it's True Talks, because True Talks, share, like, and subscribe. You already know. Again, I know some people be saying, yo, give us those long videos. Some people don't want to watch long videos, but I just have to try it, see what the feedback is. You know what I mean? We're still learning. We're still grinding. Let the message know. I'm out here, man. Regular season. Them context and breakdowns. I'm out here. There's no drought here. And there's no doubt here. You feel me? True Talks. Because True Talks, man. And I'm out.